All right, Team Wordsworth, moving along. Procedural fluency. After fact fluency, just the facts and gems, we're now on to skill sets and bonus games. Both of these are a combination of fact fluency, problem solving, critical thinking, manipulation of mathematical concepts, and skill sets, this big red button in the center. This particular module is also the backbone of first in math. If you're given just 5 minutes to show something, or even 3 minutes, this is what you need to show. You'll be able to demonstrate all of the UVPs through this. Okay, skill sets are created levels 1 through 8 roughly aligned, classes 1 to 8. Speaking of alignment, we align to content ICSE, CBSE, Cambridge, Common Core, because basically we align to the true north of mathematical concepts. And concepts and skills are roughly around the same grade level. In some cases, we have addressed certain skills earlier, and that might appeal to the Common Core or Cambridge and not to CBSE, but that's really an ICSE. The skills are some of the skills we are showing in skill set 4. In ICSE, they would be a second or third standard level, but we're talking about skill alignments. So 1 to 8, here is where, let's say we start with skill set 1. Here's where you can see the scaffolding across the content. That means starting with simple addition, then moving to subtraction, then add and subtract. And by the time you get to skill set 8, you have come to exponents, intermediate algebra, and advanced algebra. So basically, this is a great example of leveling of the content by skills, by concepts, such that, let us say we have students who are playing, they're in third standard, they click on skill set 3. They click on the first game, which is multiplication. In the multiplication game, the objective is given below this start button. I click on start. The objective says find two numbers which will multiply to this target number. Target number is 4. Which two numbers give me 4? Is it 2 times 4, 2 times 2, or 3 and 1? Now, the sign shown here is multiplication. This involves critical thinking for a student to be able to click on 2 times 2. And over here, what gets me 2? 2 times 1. Because it is very easy to mistake this operation for addition. And if they are not fluent, then these students can drop down. They can drop down to the previous skill level, would be skill set 2. And they can practice addition and subtraction before they attempt multiplication. Same can be said for division right here. If you're not savvy with the division, you need to first practice subtraction. So what the skill sets allow, and I can show it to you through the play. When I click on play, you get to see what the student gets to see. So if I click on skill sets now and skill set 3, you can clearly see that only game 1 is open, multiplication is open, division is locked. And all 4 operations, certainly it's locked. You have to complete the prerequisite skill before you can open up the next level of skill. The great thing about skill sets is it allows you to demonstrate. It allows you to demonstrate rigorous content and easy content. Also, let me give you an example here. Often teachers ask, but what if students don't know how they should do this, or they get stuck, or they find it difficult? Skill set 4 game 1 is a great example of how we provide hints in the beginning and later on the hints are taken away. So if I have to get to the number 9 in 2 steps and I have to use all 3 numbers, the hint given to me is to start with 2 plus 2. Now I have to turn these 2 numbers 5 and 4 into 9, and I select the operation addition because I know my mathematical concepts by the time I'm in 4th standard in the beginning of the year. Here the hint is 3 divided by 3, and I would get 1 plus 4 to make 5. Now we should show the teachers or whoever you are demonstrating to how solving 2 problems in 90 seconds earn them a token as and when they progress to the difficult levels. By the time they get to this last shape, the star, it becomes 3 problems in 90 seconds. But roughly for every 3 problems they solve, they earn a sticker. So this is how we are conveying the concept of earning stickers. Going back to preview, when you are showing skill sets, please make sure you show skill set. I feel that when we show skill set 1, game 1, we've shown them simple addition. Then skill set 4, game 1, allows us to show those hints that are provided. All right. It allows us to model this process. And then skill set 8, game 1, allows us, or even you can show game 3, you don't need to solve it, but it allows us to convey the full extent of the rigor for those people who do not believe that games can have rigor. And you likely will run into that. So as an example here, we have to figure out the value of y. After we figure it out, we have to solve this expression. After solving it, the resultant answer, as an example, I feel that y can be 2. In that case, I have to select the answer from here and combine the answer with these numbers to create the number 24 in 3 steps. That is rigorous, 1 in 90 seconds. And toward the end, it's 2 in 90 seconds. So skill sets are for procedural fluency, roughly aligned to standard and skill level. Also provides seamless scaffolding starting with addition going all the way up to multivariate algebra. Children use this. I recommend students to use this as a diagnostic. The reason I say diagnostic, this is a great placement tool also. What if I have a student who's entered 5th standard? If in the beginning of 5th standard, they're going to struggle with this game, or they likely may not be able to even clear this game, then in that case, this student may not be ready for 5th standard. And the teacher has many options, can recommend to the parents that a student will need extra help for fractions, review the concept, or simply you just drop down to the previous concepts and practice. Or here is what I would do, we would do. The recommendation is now that you want the students to practice fractions, you can either go back to the gyms or go to bonus games. The reason is we say bonus games is you see that the just the facts was timed. Gyms are timed. Skill sets are timed. Then where would a student go to really practice concepts where they need deeper practice without the pressure of a timer? Bonus games. Bonus games is a very rich area for practice. So feel free to click on all bonus games so you can show them the vastness of the content. In each of these games, there's anywhere from 800 to over 3,000 problems. One of the concepts to model is the concept of XYZ shuffle. And you all have watched Bob do this, but I can show this to you, where It starts with a simple pattern of two different shapes, a square and a circle of two different colors, yellow and green with wavy lines, okay? Now, in that case, what is the missing item? Y is A. Likely it's a square or a circle. Likely it's yellow or green. In this case, I know Y is a yellow square. And look at the next one. Now the next one, it's two shapes, all the same color. So what we show them is, it starts off with the simple concept of pattern recognition and the role of a variable in plugging in and completing a pattern. By the time they reach the last round, so feel free to show them bonus games to preview, click on the last round. You are now solving for three variables, and the pattern is certainly not clear to me because all I can see here is a diamond and an X and a diamond and an X and then a Z. I'm assuming that the Z is the diamond. In that case, what is X? I guess the way I can find out is if I solve this one. Y, the red heart. Actually, these are two different patterns altogether, likely. So Y, a red heart, square, red heart, square, red heart. I think X is a red heart. So if I click on X and a red heart, yes, I used this equation to tell me what this equation should mean. So a very early foundation of algebra is laid here. Another way in which to use bonus games is, as I said, if a student is struggling with addition, subtraction, fractions, decimals, this is an area they can practice different kinds of games where they can see, where they can visually see the problem without any timers. Grand Slam multiply divide starts as simple as multiplication, but there's a review of subtraction and addition as well in the beginning. So 11 times 9, 99, 11 minus 9, 2, 11 plus 9, 20. So the answer should be found in a grid that has 99, 20, and 2. My strength meter is my immediate feedback. Besides stickers, there are strength meters that give this immediate feedback to students. And if they make a mistake, and your strength meter goes back to 0. So by the time the student reaches the last round, it is sufficiently complex enough that all the 4 operations have come into play. You can also show, so in this manner, the best way for you to uncover what you want to show is by playing. We make the case for laying the foundations of algebra with the bonus 3xyz shuffle. We also then show them bonus 7 extreme algebra, which is a perfect example of how far can we take a student after they've understood that a variable is nothing but a missing item to complete a pattern. So the answer is 5x plus 4y plus 9. One of these two quadrants gives me the solution, but one of these 3 order of operations, students would have to try and test it. That is it this particular pathway that starts with addition, uses addition again at step 2, and then there's addition at step 3, or is it this particular one, which is add, subtract, subtract, or add, subtract, add? So you see, please use the skill sets to convey a number of points. First is the scaffolding of a concept from simple addition all the way up to complex to multivariate algebra. Second reason you are using skill sets and bonus games is to show the scaffolding across a game. So as an example, the XYZ shuffle. Scaffolding across a game is when you show round 1 and then you show round 4. Round 1 you showed this, round 4 you showed this. Okay. And showing the range by going bonus 3 and then going bonus 7 and showing extreme algebra, you're showing the range. So you're showing difficulty level within a game and across the games. Across the games, it's a seamless bridge from addition to algebra. All right. So students can use bonus games and skill sets as a tool to find what is their learning level and then move up from there. I use it for diagnostic purposes as well. Skill sets are very good diagnostic. Whatever their needs are, they can go to bonus games and practice. Okay. That would be the end of skill set and bonus games recording. And any questions at this point, please note them. Thank you.